slashed across his face and slit his mouth wide open. I'm Doug Anderson, an Iraq war vet and former Army bodyguard from New Jersey.
I got to turn it up harder. Fine with me. I'm Jimmy Smith, a professional mixed martial arts fighter and former math teacher from LA.
India is just one stop on our journey as we explore the world's most dangerous fighting arts. Kalari! Born on the ancient battlefields of southern India, Kalaripayattu is one of the world's oldest martial arts. Blending amazing acrobatic moves with seriously dangerous weapons, this fighting style is barely known outside of India, but it may have been the source of all Asian martial arts.
You know Kalaripayattu?
Yes, Kalaripayattu.
You know
Kalaripayattu? You good?
Let's see.
Jimmy and I are in the southern state of Kerala to learn the secrets of this unique fighting style.
After 5 days of intense training, we'll both be tested in our ability to perform a deadly weapons demonstration. And then we'll see if we've learned enough to survive a full contact, hand-to-hand battle.
I'm really excited for Kalaripayattu. It's such an ancient, secretive style. Yeah. You know, there's so little known about it. You can't just look this up and get books on or volumes on this style. It's really well hidden.
In a palm grove outside of Calicut, we get a first look at this rare fighting style that was almost lost to history.
Whenever I hear metal hitting metal, I cringe.
Afraid of its power, the British outlawed Kalaripayattu while they occupied India, and only recently has it begun to re-emerge.
They're hitting really hard.
Definitely, they're swinging full force, and that's a real sword.
Yeah.
And a really thin piece of metal protecting you from it. This style reminds me of knights in armor. And actually, its roots are pretty similar. Nearly 1,000 years ago, Kalaripayattu was only used by a special class of warriors who were trained to protect kings. Like knights of old, Kalari fighters would fight until death if their master was threatened. But this style isn't all about weapons. When you watch the hand-to-hand fights, you can see why some people think Kalaripayattu is the ancient source of Kung Fu and other Chinese fighting styles.
See the way they throw their hands? Like,
It's a lot like Kung Fu. They spin a lot. They put turns on everything, yeah. That's how they generate a lot of force for a lot of their moves, is spinning.
Spinning and jumping during an attack adds speed and power to every strike, but it's also what makes this fighting style so difficult.
Holy God.
this is going to be tough for both of us because this style is definitely the opposite of the way both of us fight.
Get the feeling we're going to see a lot of that.
Dr. Jimmy, welcome to Kerala and welcome to the lethal land of Kalaripayattu. I am Guru Sunil and this is Guru Suresh.
Hello.
Dong, you will train with me in the city, and Jimmy, you will train with Guru Suresh in the countryside. Good luck.
In just 5 days, there's no way anyone could learn all the different weapons and aspects of this fighting style. So Jimmy and I will split the difference.
We'll both learn hand-to-hand fighting. But because Doug's always loved knights in armor, he'll head to the city to learn metal weapons.
After you say yes.
And I'm off to the jungle to study wooden weapons.
You know, in America, we have a lot of different martial arts. A lot. Yeah. But not Kalaripayattu. So it's one of the few styles that I haven't seen before, that I don't have any experience with.
So you're going to the basic things of martial art, basic elements of Kalari. Martial art is learned through Kalaripayattu.
Guru Suresh teaches at a remote camp north of Calicut, where he and his ancestors have helped preserve this fighting style for hundreds of years.
I welcome you to Kalari. To enter the Kalari, you will have to remove your shoes.
Like a boxing gym in America, a Kalari is where most of the training takes place. According to tradition, it's built over a deep pit to keep fighters cool in the intense heat. But the Kalari isn't just for fighting. Lined with candles and statues, it also functions as a temple. And before Guru Suresh can accept me as a student, I need to be initiated.
Go down slowly on the ground. You touch my feet.
The initiation involves praying to Hindu gods for protection from injuries and help in focusing your mind. The final step is putting on the kacha, a long cotton cloth which is the traditional dress of all Kalari students.
Oh, yes, cover. Okay.
It's a phenomenally difficult process. Rarely do I have people tugging at my underwear.
From this day onwards, you are a student of this Kalari. Oh, first, we will learn the snake pose.
Because this style is so acrobatic, stretching is critical. And every training session starts with yoga-like poses, which have always been my downfall.
Go down. It may be difficult.
That's one of the hard things about this style, is that everyone's gonna be a lot more flexible and not very flexible at all.
Come in.
Once their bodies are stretched, the students practice jumping, the source of power behind nearly every Kalari strike.
Okay, you try.
Yes, sir.
All right, once again, you try. Right.
As a mixed martial arts fighter, I'm used to using my strength and weight for power, so catching air is a totally new concept.
This, so far, is the style that is the most, almost opposite to the way my body works. Flexibility, I'm not good at, and jumping, I'm terrible at. Getting there. After much practice.
You're on the right path.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's gonna be really, really frustrating.
This is my Kalari. Started by my father on 1950.
This is so cool. It's got like such an archaic medieval feel in here. You come in, the floor is hard earth. There's no pads, there's no like modern accoutrements. It's just hard earth, stone walls, and metal weapons.
Yeah.
Are there certain weapons that are considered to be like the original weapons?
The sword and also the flexible swords.
Guru Sunil is a third-generation Kalaripayattu master who's an expert in the flexible sword, a weapon that hundreds of years ago was used to fight battles and duels, but now is used strictly for demonstration.
That's like the most fearsome. If somebody pulled that on me and another guy pulled a gun, I'd charge the guy with the gun first. That's just like ridiculously frightening.
But even more frightening is the first weapon that Guru Sunil wants me to learn. The straight sword and shield. The last time I used a sword and shield, I was only 11, and they were just pretend. But as part of my test, Guru Sunil wants me to master this weapon for a final demonstration.
So yeah, like that. So next, look, like this. When I come forward, you want to go a little back actually. Like this, the movement, whatever, yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
A big problem that I'm gonna have with this is just the clang of metal on metal, the clatter of steel on steel causes me to flinch and close my eyes. I'm completely not used to that. So every time he swings down with the sword, I close my eyes, and that prevents me from seeing where the next swing's gonna come from.
A successful sword and shield demo has the look of real fighting, but is actually a highly choreographed series of attacks and withdrawals.
Yeah.
The key to a good demo is control and concentration. And during my final test, I'll have to prove that I can wield this dangerous weapon like a Kalari warrior without hurting myself or my opponent.
Okay.
I've never paid this much attention to instruction before in my life.
Okay. Yes. Turn. Yes, turn. Go like this.
Yes, sir.
Then stay.
Yes, sir. It's like a stress on my brain because there's so much to memorize and so many little things that I'm getting wrong. But then on top of that, there's the additional stress of if I screw up, this guy's sword comes crashing into my face at 45 miles an hour.
Jump and slash. Come on. No. Look, buddy.
It's nerve-wracking for sure. This is gonna be an intense week.